If you're copying Ghetto, I think so. Well, I think I've got the sound issue sorted, yeah. So we'll see what it's like when I get in for the spit. I think so, Steggy. I want to see what the Spitfire sounds like now, because should, in theory, be my original Spitfire sound. But I've got no sound from the game. Well, I've got no engine sound. That's got to be a setting in options. No, I'm getting no sound from the game. Let's just check YouTube again. Right, I'm hearing YouTube, but I'm not hearing the game. What's going on? What's going on? What have I lost? And it was all working absolutely fine. It's also not responding to my push to talk for radio. Oh, that's because radio's not on. My fault. Okay, could someone give me a quick radio check? I might not hear you. I just want to know if I hear you, but I'm not hearing DCS sounds. But I want to know my engine sounds. But I want to know if I'm hearing someone on radio. Excellent. Well, thank you. I'm getting that, but I'm getting nothing in the way of engine sounds. I heard the intercom, I heard the ground crew, but the engine sounds are just not there. I'll try a different aircraft, perhaps. So that can't be right because I'm not getting any other sounds. Is anyone near me that can fly past? I'd expect to hear some sort of sounds. I was working. I don't know what the hell I've caught. I'm going to try a different aircraft. No, I'm getting no sounds from the Mosquito. Surely it's not. I've caught something that's done it within the options. Hold on. Volume is up. Okay. Okay, let's see if I get it on my speakers rather than my headphones. No, I'm not getting it on speakers or headphones. All audio to default. Are you talking about in DCS? I've restarted the computer, which means I've also restarted DCS. Okay, I think I've got it. So it doesn't want to be default, but I must have accidentally changed that somehow when I was in the other screen. I don't know how the hell I would have done that. Okay, let's get this one back. Jump back in the spit. I want to check my spit sound. Okay, 49 radio check. Thank you. Alexa, your message earlier, I was getting my Echo 19 sound back, and then somehow somehow when I was in the sound control panel, something happened and I lost all sound, and it had somehow switched the sound for the overall output in DCS to the wrong output. So I was having all sorts of issues, and I couldn't even play stuff on audio. Well, on YouTube, I could, and my stream could hear it, but I couldn't. But so anyway, hopefully I'm back on track. I just gotta carry on and start this bit and see what it sounds like. Oddball ghetto. This is sounding actually okay. We'll see when I move away. We'll see what happens. See what it sounds like. All the sounds are back now. I don't know what I caught before, but I've got all the sounds back after a complete restart. So we'll just see. I'm going to pull out and go for a takeoff. Oh, except I haven't set my trims, not both of them, or have I? Yes, I have. Oh, by the way, be aware that there is a bomb crater to the left-hand side of the runway, of the taxiway. After you've turned onto that final taxiway, there is a bomb crater to the left-hand side of it. Yeah, but I didn't get a green box, only the static. Yeah, I heard it, but I certainly didn't see a green box. I might be wrong, but I'm sure I didn't see one. The bomb crater is still there to the left hand side of the taxiway as you approach 08. Okay, 4908 Spitfire for takeoff. There's another crater, damn it, I didn't know about that one. I better check, make sure I haven't got damage now. There's another one just as you get onto the runway. Can't see where it is when I look back. Okay, well that could be what's happened, I don't know, but the second one, you've got the first one that's at the left hand edge, so Ghetto, watch out, bomb crater, left hand edge, and then as you get close to the runway, keep hugging the grass to your right, because there's a bomb crater pretty much in the middle of the taxiway as you get to the runway area. My engine is definitely sounding much more like what I'd expect even from the outside at the moment. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to go for it. Unless you're going. Yeah, you're going, Ghetto. You're running. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go. I think I might have hit another crater, beware. No, my engine sound still isn't back. I think so. Ghetto was at the 08 end. Clear. No, I didn't see a crash though. I didn't see any flames. Oh, maybe I was looking in the wrong place. I am seeing some flames now. My split engine still doesn't sound the way it used to. I wonder if this is something to do with the update from DCS, whether that could actually affect the sounds of Echo 19. Could that happen? Okay, well that could be the answer, but I've got more like the original sound that I used to have, because the later version of Echo 19 Spitfire wasn't as good, and I reverted back to the previous one, and I've now found one that was sort of back in November 23, and that's the one I'm using now. But I'm not getting that lovely airy sound that you get when you open the cockpit, open the canopy. Yeah, don't know, but it used to sound sort of airy, and you could it's like a phasing effect from the prop wash, which I'm not getting at the moment. And maybe there's a different version still that I need to find and load that up. I don't know. That's something for me to look at least I know how to do it. Give Josie a welcome fly past. Sorry, Steggy, I don't know when you said it, but you said, could you swap it back now everything is working? If you mean the sounds that the sound setup that I had, yeah, I did that. I took it off I took it off I reset this output, etc. to the correct outputs. Let's swap it back. Well, I could try that. I won't do it now, but I could try just swapping around a bit and see what I've got. But I feel as though this file that I'm using now, the folder that I'm using now, I feel as though that was the one I would have been using when it sounded great. I'll go and test my guns on the BTRs on the bridge. Tally-ho. I'll read that message in a second. F-16, I believe so. Yeah, I believe the F-16. I've got the F-16, although I don't use it because I find them a bit boring. But I believe, yeah, the F-16 can connect to 124. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm not sure how you do it. You just got to, you've probably got to set it on dials rather than on the spit. I'll just push a button. Yeah, I mean, I'm well behind on flying because of all the issues, but yeah, what time are we going to go to? 3:30? Yeah, I'm good with that. I just realised my little lady is not reading my messages out. That's why I'm not aware of them. I've probably got to restart that as well. So hang on, set it to 124, but the PTT top left of screen showed 2 channels and I couldn't work out how to switch between them. Well, if it's showing 124, that should be what you're transmitting on. So if you show them both, and when you push the talk, see which one lights up in red. Sorry, that was for Steggy. That was he's on my stream. He's talking about using his radio and a couple of issues that he's got there. That's all. Okay, if the wrong one lit up, that suggests you need to select a different VoIP in the chat menu. No fun on our TV. 4925 final 08. Adjustments to your what? Ah, right. Oh, oh dear. I don't want to take off. It does that when it has that little menu left. Right, whilst I'm waiting, I'll have a look at see why my little lady is not reading my messages for me. Okay, well I've reset that hopefully now, so hold on. I've probably got to close that for it to take effect. There's no save. Okay, Steggy, are you able to put a quick text up there for me to see if it reads it out for me? Hello, hello, hello. Well, that's all very good, but no, she didn't read that out either. So what's going on there? Yeah, copy. Yeah, copy. Yeah, let's face it, we're more like 11:30 to 12 o'clock normally. So we're, as I being honest, we're normally about 11:30 to 12 o'clock, aren't we normally? But yeah, whatever time tomorrow. Yeah, good. And I might see if I can get my proper sound back. This is good. This is better than the DCS sound, but it's not what I used to have. Yeah, yeah. Roger, take care. TTFN. I mean, the sound I'm getting here is nice, that's fine, but when you take off and when you open the canopy, I'm not getting that same sound as I used to get. I might have a quick look whilst I'm sitting here. I might have a quick look, see if I can, what else I can find. How do you swap between spit sounds? Well, there's the usual DCS Spitfire sound, which isn't so good. Then there's one what we downloaded from Echo 19, and you have to just drop a particular folder into the games folder, save games modification, something like save games DCS mods or something like that. No, tech, DCS tech, or is it mods and then tech, can't remember, but drop that into the right place and it gives you these sounds that we're getting now. But I feel as though the sound I had earlier for the Spit was better, especially when you open the canopy. When you're in the air, you open a canopy and the sound, that lovely airy sound that we used to get, I'm not getting at the moment. So I'm trying to see if I've got another folder that has that sound. So now the question is, why am I not getting it? I'm not getting the sounds of my lady reading my stuff to me. Yeah, we've had a bigger number tonight, I think. But why is she not reading it? I've told her to. I'll try again. Oh, hang on, she didn't remember it. I told her to enable text to speech, but it didn't remember it. I wonder if I have to do it when it's closed. I'm going to close the chat for a minute, or at least my copy of it, and then reopen it and see what happens. So I won't see anything for a minute, so hold fire for a minute. Okay, can you try giving me a message again, Steg? Yes, it is a message, but she's not reading it, although I've told her to. Hold on. Right, it's not retaining the option to enable text to speech. It's not retaining that. Oh, perhaps I've... Right, reading those. Do not read links. Do not read emojis. Read nicknames. I don't think that's going to be the answer, but I'll say... Well, I'd say that there is no save. Right, I've clicked away. I'll click back again and see what it does. Yeah, maybe. I'll close this. I don't think it's going to work. I'll close this settings window. Perhaps you can then put another message on for me. Probably. I didn't see. Yeah, that's got to be getting. Nice. Bit of upside down. Right. I'm going to close this chat window, and I'm going to go to my system tray and make sure it's closed from there and try again. So I'm off comms for a minute. I'm checking Task Manager as well at the moment. Okay, I've made a change. I think I'm still not going to get messages. Hold on. Right, I've made a change. I don't suppose she's going to read it, but perhaps you could give me a quick check, Steg, if you wouldn't mind. On a Red Bull. Yeah, he's going a bit banana, isn't he? Enjoying himself, as you must in the Spitfire. Right, okay, so she's still not reading. She's not retaining, I think. She's not retaining my instruction to read. Hold on. No, she's not retaining the instruction to read the notifications. I tell her to enable text to speech, and it seems to remember it, and then when I go back and look at it, the box is unchecked again. But I might close DCS and go back in. I've just redone an Echo 19 Spit folder, and I'll see if that makes any difference. So losing comms again. Yeah. Well done, Ghetto. That's nice to read. Oh, that's good. Well, that's double good then. So not only is it, are you having more success, but it's due to something that you've upgraded. That's brilliant. But she still isn't reading it for me. Why is she unhappy with me? Oh, well, I'll see what the spit sounds like. Oh, that's a different logo. That's a logo. If you're looking at my screen, that there logo for the Echo 19 it's changed from what I was seeing earlier. Now, Ghetto, if you're not seeing that particular logo, this one of the spit of E19 on it, if you're seeing something, I think it was a square badge before, but if you're not seeing this one, well, let's just see what I get first, see how it works. Yeah, well, I had a different one as well, you see. And when I had the different one, it didn't sound the way it used to sound when I had that other logo. So I might have found the right one now. In which case, I could possibly drop it somewhere for you to pick it up. That's good to read about that improvement on the stick, Ghetto. Whoa, now if you're hearing this, Ghetto, I think this could be a lot better. Yeah, it was a good start. And I think, Ghetto, I think this is different from the version, this Echo 19 is a different sound to the version that you have, so you might want to give it a try. So Ghetto, when I'm in the air, if you get a chance to watch my stream and listen to my engine when I open the canopy, you'll probably, or hopefully, assuming I am on the right sounds now, you'll hear that lovely sound as I open the canopy. This is sounding more correct than I've heard for the rest of the evening. The other twitches when you change engine speed sounds like a double mapping. Check for double mapping on that one, Steggy. Well, somehow it's somehow the engine speed, the throttle is being affected. It is affecting your rudder, so there must be a connection there somewhere. I'm starting to think that this sound is back to normal now. Change speed in flight, it loses control. That, yeah, that all sounds. That sounds like it's gelling. Okay, here we go. Oh, don't mention sandwiches, Steggy, I'll have to have something to eat. Okay, Ghetto, are you available to look and listen on my stream? I'm not even sure if it's going to work, if it's going to be right yet. Okay, so stand by then. I just want to get myself straight and level, roughly, and open the canopy. Can you hear that? That is back to normal. Is that what you get on your one, Ghetto? Do you get that sound that I'm getting right now when you open the canopy? I'm only saying open a canopy because you get the contrast of closed and open. I'll close it again. I'll open it again. So if you want to stand on a wing, if you want to try this Ghetto, I'll have to try and get that folder to you, perhaps on I don't know what the maximum file size is on Discord. And the other thing that happens with this one, provided it is back to the one that I'm thinking it's back to, is that when you land, as you get close to the runway, the engine volume picks up a bit because you're getting reflected sound off the runway. So it's a bit slight, just a little bit louder as you get above the runway. I don't know about at speed, but when you're landing anyway, with the canopy open. I've no idea about that, Steggy. I would have thought some programming language or other, yeah. I'm going to open it again. So Ghetto, does my spit sound different when I open the canopy from what your spit sounds like? Okay, so have you got any idea what the maximum file size is on Discord? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ghetto. Okay, I'm going to come into land and see if, I mean, it doesn't always notice, but see if the slight increase in volume notices as I get above the runway. Music to my ears as well. Okay, so listen from when I get over the runway as I'm just coming into land, and see if you notice a slight increase in volume from runway echo, as it were, reflection off the runway. Yep, there it is, that slight increase. Not much. Too busy talking and not concentrating enough, but never mind. This is the sound. This is the sound I like. Oh, Lancaster, yeah, what, 4 Merlins. Right, I can't remember what both was, but both yes. How long have you had the HOTAS? Oh, a few years, and it is a fraction worn. If you're able to look at my stream at the moment, you'll see that I'm moving the stick slightly, but the stick on screen isn't moving. And that's because down here it's a little bit worn where it goes onto that shaft. I could open it up, put some thin shim in it, like some foil or something, baking foil, and tighten it up against that, and that would take all of that away. I have also changed a couple of buttons. Which one? The pinky switch over here, that went all sloppy, and there was another one, I think this one, I was suspicious of this one when I changed it. I think they might have sent them both free, I can't remember. Oh, and the brakes, I put the brakes on way too much and I wore them out, so I ended up with a load of black rubber on the inside of the thing where I'd put the brake on way too hard. And the brake is obvious for these, it's so you get resistance, and I put way too much resistance on. That was my fault. Right, I'm going to see if I can drop this sound onto Discord. It'll probably say it's too big. The sound folder. Oh, and of course I haven't got Discord open. I did have, but I closed it all down. So I'll open Discord. Yeah, you can take it apart. You can change the spring for a weaker one, or some people actually want to take the spring right out. It's whatever you prefer, and of course, yeah, grease it, but also there's a seam that goes around the ball that's at the bottom there, and it doesn't necessarily get removed very well in manufacture, so you take a emery board to that to make sure it's dead flat and nice and smooth. Then you put it back with the grease, and that gets rid of what's referred to as stiction, where you let I'm going to let mine go now. I'm just trying to release it as slowly as possible, and it jumps just a fraction, just jumps slightly, so you've got to let it pull the stick back and let it forward as gently as possible. So just that finger, don't hold it with your thumb, just put it back, just let it go like that, and see if it suddenly jumps as mine is. So I've got some stiction, I'm not that bothered by it, but I've got it. Okay, I've just gone on to Discord. It won't let me paste a folder, so I need to get that to you in some other way. If you want to try it, I mean, don't feel obliged, but if you would like to try it and get the sounds that I've now got, I think you'll love them. I think you'll like them. I think you'll prefer them to the others. But I'll have to do it in some other way by what is it? I can't remember what the program's called now. Something. Oh, I can't remember what it is. They can send big files, like up to a couple of gig or whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but not a problem. I'll get there. Steggy, who's that? Who was your last message for? Right, have I had it in pieces? I haven't taken the bass part here. I haven't taken that apart, but I have taken the handle apart for a couple of reasons, and I've taken the throttle apart to change this switch here, or this hat switch, and I've taken the other one, the prop pitch as I use it, the second throttle. I've had that apart so I could change this pinky switch, but and I've had the top off so that I could replace the brakes, which once again they sent for free. It's basically just a rubber brake pad, so you have to undo all this stuff and get in there. I think I had to have it upside down, but yeah, so I have had it open a few times. WeTransfer is the name of the program. Are you familiar with WeTransfer Ghetto? Because if you are, or even if you're not, if you want to get it, I'm not even sure you have to get it. Probably need an email address though, that's the thing. Then I could send you this folder via WeTransfer, but it's about, well, the zipped file is about 90 odd meg, but when it's unzipped, so if I was to not send the zip file but the actual file that you want, not file, folder, so the zipped folder is about 95 meg, and the folder once it's been unzipped is about 130 something meg. So WeTransfer is, I can send, if I think I need your email address, and then I can send a large file via your email. You can then open it, not into your email, but you get a link sent to you on email. You go to that link and then you can download the file that I've just sent you. Well, I haven't sent it yet, but you know what I mean. If I send you a file, you'd be able to get a link on your email, and then that link allows you to go and download from WeTransfer, allows you to download that big file. So if you want to try that, you can. The only thing is you'd have to part with your email address, or make a new separate one just for this, purely for this purpose, and stick it in Discord. This is the sound I'm used to. This is what I was wanting to get back to. Actually, I've got to break off for a second because I want to make sure I copy this one to the right place so that I can always get to it. That's it, I've made my copy of it now, and this one goes back to about 22, so it's 3 years ago when I knew it was working fine. Hang on, I'm seeing another message, but I'm not getting them read to me. USB and deliver it by Spear. I'd love to do that, Stig. I'd love to do that. So, if you want that folder, I mean, you don't have to have the zipped version. Now, I've got the unzipped version, which comes in at, hold on, let me look. Oh, it's 105 meg. It's 105 meg is this Echo 19 folder, that you just copy this folder and just drop it straight where you would need it. Well, I don't know if you would be able to find it, because I think the only one you can download is the one that they put there for you to download. I don't know if you can get other versions. I mean, maybe you can if they got other versions. I think this one is dated, hold on, the files in it are dated, well, the readme and the entry, hang on, let's go sounds, hold on. Right, these sounds go back to about 2019, 2022, as opposed to the new ones, which I don't know what they go back to, but there's a mix of dates, 2019, 2022. So, I mean, if you can find it, then you can download it that way, but say otherwise you could even create a separate new email just for this purpose, and I could use that email to get the link to you. But it won't, Discord won't let me drop a folder there, which is a bit surprising, I thought, but unless I have to, I don't think dragging makes any difference. No, it comes up as invalid file type because it's not a file, it's a folder. The mod is just just a Spitfire engine sound, which is created by Echo 19. But I don't know that you'll be able to find this particular version of it. I struggled, and then I realised, and I reloaded an old one that I had. It depends on whether they have the old ones still available for you to download. If it helps, the readme is dated 22. Hold on, where's the date? Well, it's going to be too big for email. I wouldn't be able to send 90 or 100 and odd meg by email. It's not going to go. But say you don't need an app. Basically, I would go to WeTransfer, upload a file, tell WeTransfer the email address that needs to have the link. It then sends a link to you. You use that link to get back to WeTransfer, where you can download the file that I've added. Does that make sense? So you don't have to install WeTransfer or anything. It's not that kind of thing. All you'd need to do would be to supply an email address that I could send it to, and then you'll get a link sent to you by email. When you click that link, it takes you to a place where you can download the folder. Okay, well, I mean, if you can find it, that's great, but it's really nothing to do. You don't have to do anything apart from open a link on your email when you get it. That's all. So instead of me sending it directly to your email, you'll get a link sent to you from WeTransfer that you click on, and then it then takes you to the point where you download it. You just click on it to download. It's really simple. Even I can do it. I can't think of any other way to get a file that size to you, and I think you're going to struggle to find this particular version, because when you download it, it even gives it today's date, and you kind of lose. You don't know what date or version you've got once you've downloaded it, and you look at it, it gives it today's date. I'm looking at the README, and it doesn't even tell you what version it is. It says there's a new method of install for 2.5.6 and beyond, but it doesn't tell you what this version is that I've got. So I don't know how you're going to identify it in that way. There might be another way. I just thought there might be another way, because I've got a OneDrive. Now if there's room on there, or even a Google Drive, maybe I can put it on there and give you a link, and then I'd put the link on Discord, then you click on that to go to Google Drive to download it. I haven't got any crisps, Steggy. I'd be more inclined, more likely to revert to a pork pie, but I had one of those today, so I'm trying to behave myself a little bit. Hello, Steggy. I've just realised you've got a message here. Who bombed the runway? No idea. No idea. There's two craters there, though. There's the mostly on the taxi. Ghetto. I think Ghetto must have gone. Did he say he was going? Is he gone or what? He's probably gone. I've pinged him a link anyway that might work for him. Oh, hello, Steggy. I didn't know you'd gone. Okay. Yeah, I don't know who bombed the runway. I've pinged Ghetto a link that might enable him to download the folder that we're talking about. I'll put it on his Discord, so hopefully he'll be able to download it from there and use it. Hello, Steggy. Well, I don't know if he's... First of all, he's got to be able to download the same one. He has got an Echo 19 split sound, but it's not this one. Not what you're hearing on this Spitfire. I've got a freeze by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like we've got a crash on DCS. Okay, fair enough. Oh, timeout. So he's got an Echo 19, but it's not the same. And I had this it's a later one he's got, and I found the later one wasn't as good as the earlier one. So that's what I'm using, the earlier one. And what I've done is I've pasted it to... I've got a OneDrive, so I've pasted it to OneDrive and given him a link which he should be able to get to that folder with. It's taken all the contents out of the folder and put them separately, but all he's got to do is copy everything and paste them into another folder of the correct name, and then put that folder in the right place to use it, and then he should have exactly the same as me. Actually, I'm going back in, but I don't know why. I'm not planning to fly anymore. It's well late. Okay, so I think I'm going to fold it there, Steg. It's what? It's half four. That's late enough, isn't it? It's 2 hours over our theoretical finish time for flying. So I'll fold it there. We'll be flying it. We're up again. We're up again tomorrow night. So hopefully you'll be able to join in some way. In the meantime, take it easy. I'll catch you perhaps tomorrow night. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I was typing away there. Okay, Stig, take care, mate. Catch you perhaps tomorrow night. TTFN.